So today I'm going to talk about enchantment, and you see the title of my speech is Semper Social. The reason why it's called Semper Social is in high school I took Latin, and you can use Latin so little in your life that when you have a chance to, you really have to jump on it. And so semper is the Latin word for always, and I'm going to explain some things that I think you should always be doing in social media to make it into a very successful and powerful marketing platform. So the first thing I'm going to do is, in order to enchant people with social media, you have to build a strong foundation. There are certain pillars that you need. Because if you don't have these pillars, it doesn't matter how efficient, how effective, and how smooth you are with social media. You need to have the good stuff behind it. And so let's talk about the three pillars of social media. The first pillar of enchantment is you have to be likable. When you think about it, have you ever been enchanted by someone you did not like? Probably not. So this is an example of real-time enchantment. This is a picture of myself with Richard Branson. The situation here is that we were in Moscow to make a speech, and he came up to me in the speaker room, and he asked me if I flew on Virgin. And I told him that I'd never fly on Virgin because I'm a United Airlines Global Services level customer. That's the highest level of United Airlines. So I didn't really want to jeopardize anything with United Airlines. And at that very moment, he got down on his knees and he started polishing my shoes with his jacket. And so, captured for all time, this is literally the moment that I started flying Virgin America. Now, you can be liked, but you could also not be trusted, right? You could like a person and not trust the person. So the next step, the next pillar, is to actually be trustworthy. An example, you could like a celebrity, but not necessarily trust the celebrity. Extreme example, you could like Charlie Sheen, but not trust Charlie Sheen, for example. So I believe that the start of trustworthiness is the understanding that in order to be trusted, you have to trust first. Right? The onus is upon the person. The burden is upon you to trust others before you are trusted by them. The third pillar of being a great enchanting person is to always be thinking about creating a great product, a great service, a great not-for-profit. I've tried to enchant people with great stuff, and I've tried to enchant people with crap. And let me tell you something, it is much easier to enchant people with great stuff than crap. The next thing is specific recommendations for the use of Twitter as a social media platform. The first thing is you should always be linking. I think that Twitter is a link economy. Your sole purpose here is to position yourself as a subject expert. You're acting as a curator. You're doing your followers a favor. You have found great stories for them. Always be linking. It's possible to find great links. I'm going to show you 3 ways. Way number 1 is stumble upon. Stumble upon has a community of 15 or 20 million people who are stumbling upon sites and rating them. Second source, there's a great company called SmartBrief, located in Virginia. And what SmartBrief does is it's in the business of providing information for associations. And the third source is, full disclosure, my website, Alltop. Alltop has 900 topics. You want to learn about adoption? We aggregate the feeds by topic. So if you want to learn about adoption, adoption.alltop. If you're into food, food.alltop. Travel.alltop. ADHD.alltop. Cancer.alltop. Crohn's disease.alltop. We have all the topics, so it's a very easy way to go and find interesting links. Next thing is Facebook, my tips on Facebook. First tip on Facebook is, you know, when I started Facebook, which I came to Facebook after Twitter, my fan page is not as old as my Twitter efforts. I thought that Facebook would be just like Twitter. Twitter is a link economy. Facebook must be a link economy. I'll take the feed from my 22 contributors, shove it into Facebook, lots of links every day, people will love it. I noticed that nobody liked those posts. and nobody commented on those posts. So I very quickly figured out that Twitter is a link economy, Facebook is a picture economy. If you want a lot of interaction on Facebook, you post pictures. Recommendation 11A is you always need to be cropping. I think many people's Facebook pictures are very poor examples of photography. You know, some reason people think they want to see, that people want to see people from their heads to their toes. That is just not true. Nobody cares about this region here. Really, what people want to see are faces, not feet. So crop, because you know it's going to come in, it's going to be on your status update, it's going to be a little thumbnail, right? And so a little thumbnail that shows head to toe is not nearly as good as the little thumbnail that shows only head to waist. Always be cropping. And you notice, this is the photographer in this case. What he did is he set up the camera, he set it for a delayed picture, he ran across the street and got in the picture. Okay? So this camera took this picture automatically. But he didn't get close enough to me. So when I cropped, he got the shaft, right? Second lesson here is stay close to the main person in the picture if you want to be in the picture. Always be cropping. Third piece of advice, 11B maybe, is always have the light source in the front of you, not in the back of you. Many people make that mistake, that the light is behind the person and you think you're taking the picture, but when you look at the picture, you don't see the people's faces because the camera is reading the highest part of light, which is behind you. And when it reads the highest part of light and adjusts down, your face goes into the shadows. So be cropping and always have the light source in front of the people, not behind. And this is, I believe, my 12th and last recommendation, that on Facebook in particular, you always have to be commenting. On a Facebook fan page, if someone says something to your organization, you have to respond. What you want is, you want all the people who are lurking to see, wow, I say something to Starbucks answers.